Rahul Gandhi takes on Modi government in parliament, says don't underestimate China or you will be responsible. Parliamentary Affairs Minister hits back, says Rahul Gandhi is a confused leader. It's three chief ministers now versus the centre. KCR, Mamata Banerjee and MK Stalin make a national pitch for unity against the BJP, a space that Congress is trying to dominate. BSP chief Mayawati finally begins her UP campaign with a rally in Agra. Meanwhile, Home Minister Amit Shah, Chief Minister Adityanath, Akhilesh and Jayant all campaign in West UP. Amid Congress tele-poll on who should be the chief ministerial candidate in Punjab, Sunil Jakar's Googly says 42 MLAs supported me as CM candidate. Meanwhile, Sidhu flies off to Vaishno Devi amid tension over CM candidate. Reports say at least 5 members of Team India have tested positive for COVID. At least 3 of them are players, say reports. Both India and West Indies are in the same hotel on different floors. Hello and welcome to NDTV 24/7. I'm Rohit Wellington. Let's begin with our top story. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi on Wednesday hit out at the Modi government. Speaking in the Lok Sabha, the Congress leader targeted Prime Minister Modi, saying that the idea of a king is back and accused the BJP of weakening India. He also took on the government over China, saying don't underestimate China, you will be responsible.
दो हिंदुस्तान बन रहे हैं, एक अमीरों का हिंदुस्तान और दूसरा गरीबों का हिंदुस्तान। इस पिछले साल 3 करोड़ युवा रोजगार खोए हैं। एक व्यक्ति को, नाम नहीं लूंगा, एक व्यक्ति को हिंदुस्तान के सब पोर्ट्स, ब्रांड, हिंदुस्तान के सब पोर्ट्स, हिंदुस्तान के सब एयरपोर्ट, पावर ट्रांसमिशन, माइनिंग, ग्रीन एनर्जी, गैस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, एडिबल ऑयल, जो भी हिंदुस्तान में होता है उधर अदानी जी दिखाई देते हैं। The farmers can sit for 1 year. They can sit for 1 year outside in corona. They can die. Doesn't matter. The king does not agree. आपने असंगठित सेक्टर को खत्म कर दिया. The Chinese have a very clear vision of what they want to do. Do not underestimate it. You have brought Pakistan and China together, and this is the single biggest crime that you could commit against the people of India. The Chinese will act. Remember what I'm saying, and remember that you will be responsible for anything that happens.
The government and the BJP attacked Rahul Gandhi over this speech, accusing him of making a directionless, confused speech without any understanding of India's history.
राहुल गांधी स्वयं एक कंफ्यूज्ड आदमी है. ही इज ए कंफ्यूज्ड लीडर, एंड जो कंफ्यूज होता है वो सहज रूप से ऐसे ही बात बोलेंगे. और चाइना के बारे में कहते हुए इनको कम से कम इतिहास का ज्ञान तो रहना चाहिए. अभी चीन हमारे बॉर्डर शेयर कर रहे हैं तो वो तिब्बत के कारण कर रहे हैं. ये तिब्बत का समस्या कोई खड़ा किया है तो कांग्रेस पार्टी किया है.
Moving on to the other big story, it's now 3 chief ministers versus the centre. Telangana CM K. Chandrasekhar Rao has said that he does not see the state elections as semi-final for 2024. Tamil Nadu CM MK Stalin has asked the opposition for a social justice front. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said that they will fight Lok Sabha in 2024.
The opposition space at the top just got a bit more crowded, with 3 chief ministers making a national pitch for unity against the BJP, a space the Congress is trying to dominate. Significantly, both Mamata Banerjee of Bengal and K. Chandrasekhar Rao of Telangana have criticized the Congress. Some political analysts say that no serious opposition unity can happen without the Congress.
और ये दोनों नेशनल पार्टी जो कहलाते हैं अपने आप को कांग्रेस और भाजपा, दोनों में भी फेल हो गया. अट्टर फ्लॉप गवर्नमेंट. इस भाजपा सरकार को उखाड़ के बंगाल खाड़ी में फेंक देना चाहिए. तब तक ये देश आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा.
আমার তো দুঃখ যে কংগ্রেস পার্টিটা মেঘালয় বিজেপির হয়ে ভোট করে দেয়. আমরা চেয়েছিলাম যারা বিজেপি বিরোধী ফ্রন্ট তারা একটা জায়গায় আসুক, কিন্তু যদি কেউ না শুনে অহংকার নিয়ে বসে থাকে তাহলে মনে রাখবেন সেখানে আমায় পথ দেখায় কবিগুরু রবীন্দ্রনাথ ঠাকুর, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে.
Social justice is our moral. Worldly justice is moral.
Tamil Nadu's M.K. Stalin launched this musical video projecting him as a national leader for social justice, while separately writing to Sonia Gandhi and 36 other leaders of political parties calling for a federation.
This federation will provide prompt suggestions for all states to adhere to laws related to social justice. Everything for everyone will be the base of this federation. This will be a federation that work to achieve the principles of federalism.
At least 2 chief ministers are planning their political travels. KCR has already met Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, RJD leader Tejaswi Yadav, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, other senior leaders of the left, and will shortly meet Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, and is targeting Modi personally.
బెంగాల్ ఎలక్షన్ అయితే గడ్డ మెచ్చుకొని రవీంద్రనాథ్ ఠాగూర్ లా కనపడాలి. పురణీయం. తమిళనాడు ఎలక్షన్ అయితే లుంగి కట్టుకోకు గిదావా. ఈ టిక్కుల మీద భారతదేశానికి కరెంట్ వస్తుందా? పంజాబ్ ఎలక్షన్ ఉంటే సర్దార్జీ పగిడి పెట్టాలి. మణిపూర్ ఎలక్షన్ ఉంటే అక్కడ టోపీ పెట్టాలి. ఉత్తరాఖండ్ లో ఉంటే ఉత్తరాఖండ్ టోపీ పెట్టాలి. గిరి టోపీలా.
Mamata Banerjee says they will contest in UP for the Lok Sabha elections in 2024, the state which propelled the Narendra Modi government to power twice.
हमारा यूनिट है यूपी में काम कर रहा है, वो यूनिट हम लोकसभा में हम लड़ेंगे.
So far, 3 chief ministers have spoken about working together nationally. For KCR, the Congress so far has been the main opposition in Telangana, but now the BJP is going on the aggressive and trying to occupy that space. So, KCR needs to keep the BJP in check on domestic turf as well. In Hyderabad with camera person Nagaraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
BSP chief Mayawati finally began her election campaign in Uttar Pradesh with a rally in Agra, which has a high density of SC votes. The 4-time chief minister, who has been out of power for a decade, has rarely been seen in the public eye in the run-up to the election. But she said that she'd been working for the party all this while and lashed out at both the BJP and the SP.
BSP chief Mayawati finally entering the poll fray, her destination Agra. The district has a high density of SC voters, her core voter base. The 4-time chief minister answered the biggest question being asked, where was she all this while?
पिछले लगभग 1 साल से मैं लखनऊ में ही रहकर अपनी पार्टी को मजबूत बनाने के कार्य में लग गई थी.
The BSP chief, whose party has been played down by critics as a marginal player in this election, lashed out at both the SP and the BJP, accusing the ruling party of dividing castes for narrow gains.
भाजपा सरकार की भी नीतियां व कार्यशैली अधिकांश यहाँ जातिवादी, पूंजीवादी एवं आरएसएस के संकीर्ण एजेंडे को ही लागू करने पर टिकी रही हैं. हर प्रकार के अपराध भी काफी ज्यादा बढ़े हैं. खासकर दलित व महिलाएं भी इस सरकार में कतई भी सुरक्षित नहीं रही हैं.
Choosing Agra is strategic for Mayawati. The district is known as the Dalit capital of Uttar Pradesh. It has 9 assembly seats, 2 of which are reserved for SCs. Until 2017, this was a BSP stronghold. In 2017, though, the BJP won all 9 seats here, mainly due to the non-Jatav Dalits like Valmikis, Pasis and Katiks shifting. The Dalits in UP comprise roughly 21% of the population, and the Jatavs form over 50% of this Dalit electorate, making it the dominant subcaste. At Mayawati's rally, supporters say they feel cheated by the BJP.
बिजनेसमैन हो कुछ भी हो जितने भी थे बिल्कुल इतने शांतिपूर्वक अपना धंधा व्यापार सब चला रहे थे और इस सरकार ने तो इतनी अत कर दी है कि जो धंधे व्यापार हैं वो बिल्कुल ही चौपट हो गए हैं।
लॉ एंड ऑर्डर था बहन जी की सरकार में, गरीब तबका का आदमी व्यक्ति जाता था थाने में, उसकी रिपोर्ट लिखी जाती थी, आज तो लिखी नहीं जाती है।
The BJP too is reaching out to the voter base it breached by fielding former Uttarakhand Governor Baby Rani Maurya, who hails from the Jatav community. She feels voters still trust the BJP.
बीजेपी से ज्यादा महिलाओं के लिए कोई कार्य नहीं कर रहा, सबसे ज्यादा सम्मान और उनके उत्थान के लिए हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री जी और मुख्यमंत्री जी कार्य कर रहे हैं।
Campaigning for West UP is on in full swing, with Amit Shah, Yogi Adityanath, Akhilesh and Jayant's door-to-door campaigns. Mayawati too will be in Ghaziabad on Thursday in the hope that people have not written her party off by assuming Uttar Pradesh to be a bipolar contest between the BJP and the SP.
BSP is the last party in terms of its top leadership hitting the ground for election campaigning. But it has tried to make a strong pitch today to its core vote bank in order to get hold of its bastion again. From Agra with camera person Prem Singh, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
After Rahul Gandhi's announcement last week that the Congress will announce its chief ministerial nominee soon based on the feedback from party workers, the party has launched an exercise to get responses from the general public by way of a telepoll, besides seeking feedback internally from party workers and their candidates for the assembly polls in Punjab. But there's been a googly now by Congress leader Sunil Jakhar. Mohammad Ghazali has more.
मैं भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस नवी दिल्ली ਵੱਲੋਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ। ਅਸੀਂ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਅਹੁਦੇ ਦੇ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਦੀ ਚੋਣ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ رائے ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ رائے ਹੈ ਕਿ ਚਰਨਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਚੰਨੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਦਾ ਚਿਹਰਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ 20 ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ 1 ਦਬਾਓ। ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਨਵਜੋਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਦਾ ਚਿਹਰਾ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ 20 ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ 2 ਦਬਾਓ। ਤੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਚਿਹਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ 20 ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ 3 ਦਬਾਓ।
This is the telepoll that the Congress is conducting in Punjab as it attempts to pick a chief minister face, including an option to go without a chief minister face. Fueling further confusion, Sunil Jakhar, the Congress former state president, claims he got the most support from Congress MLAs to replace Amrinder Singh.
42 ਵੋਟਾਂ ਸੁਨੀਲ ਨੂੰ ਪਈਆਂ, 16 ਵੋਟਾਂ ਸੁਖਜਿੰਦਰ ਰੰਧਾਵੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਈਆਂ, 12 ਵੋਟਾਂ ਪਈਆਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀ ਪ੍ਰਨੀਤ ਕੌਰ ਨੂੰ, 6 ਵੋਟਾਂ ਪਈਆਂ ਨਵਜੋਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਨੂੰ, 2 ਵੋਟਾਂ ਪਈਆਂ ਚੰਨੀ ਨੂੰ।
People in Channi's constituency haven't received the call, but they say
ਕਿਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੁਜੈਸਟ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹੋਗੇ ਕਿ ਚੀਫ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਚੀਫ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਹੋਊਗਾ?
ਚੰਨੀ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਜੀ। ਚੀਫ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕੰਮ ਚੰਨੀ ਨੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਕਰੇ, ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੋਲੀ ਆਵੇ।
Even I've received the call from Congress's digital team looking for CM face weeks ahead of polls. But the bigger question is that will it only boost their chances or create another leadership crisis in Punjab Congress? With camera person Ashwini Mehra, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.
And just days ahead of the Congress planning to announce its CM face in Punjab, the Supreme Court will be hearing a petition to reconsider the quantum of punishment for Navjot Singh Sidhu, who was let off in 2018 with a fine of meager 1,000 rupees in a 1998 road rage case. In May 2018, the top court set aside the Punjab and Haryana High Court order convicting Sidhu of culpable homicide and awarding him a 3-year jail term. It acquitted the Congress MLA of the grave charges but held him guilty of the minor offence of causing hurt under Section 323 of the IPC. The outcome of the review petition, however, is unlikely to impact Sidhu's political career because under the Representation of the People Act, it is only a jail term of 2 years or more that can lead to disqualification of a sitting MP or an MLA.